Are you tired of the same old school real estate lead generation tactics? Then you've come to the right show. Welcome to Open House, Open Mind, the podcast. I'm your host, Michelle, and this is not your average real estate podcast. I'm here to challenge the industry's standards. You won't find pushy, salesy bro tactics here. There's a better way to do business without that icky feeling, so that buyers and sellers are coming to you instead of you chasing them. So if you're ready to challenge those traditional standards with me, to fill your database, to learn mindset hacks that challenge your own limiting beliefs, and to take actionable steps to improve your open house experience, then stick around. Let's get you some consistent income in the business you worked so hard to get licensed in. And let's have some fun while we're at it. Welcome to today's episode. I'm so excited to share this one with you today and to get your feedback on these episodes. I'm going to be doing my open house weekend recaps. So what are those? When I do my open houses, I'm going to come back and I'm going to give you just a quick breakdown of how my open house went. So let me know if you guys find value in this. I'm really excited to see what kind of feedback I get. I'm going to post a few of these, see what kind of engagement and feedback I get, and you guys can let me know if you want to see more of it. And also, if you guys can take a minute to leave me a review, I would love it so much. It not only helps me, but it also helps others that are in need of a business breakthrough. So we all need support in this crazy real estate business. But let's get into the open house recap. So this past weekend, I did an open house at my listing, and I only did it on Sunday this week. This is the second week. And I also want to put in here really quick because I think this helps a lot of you guys that are out there trying to get open houses. As a listing agent, for me personally, I host my open houses the first 2 weeks that I get a listing. After that, if it's still on the market, then I do allow other agents to come and ask me to host my listings open. So I think that's something good for you guys to hear, because if you get told no from the listing agent, I would still try again. I mean, don't give up. That's one thing that I teach you guys. You have to just keep being persistent. Another thing is, like, if you email me and I don't get back to you, it's probably because I missed it. You know, I would prefer that you email, text, and call me. The first 2 weeks of a new listing going up are pretty crazy, trying to get everything together. So don't get discouraged if you feel like the listing agent is ignoring you. Just keep trying. I promise you, if you keep trying, they will eventually answer. But here's the weekend recap. On Sunday, I did the open house for 2 hours. I don't really like to do them any longer than that, maybe 3 hours. But some of you have said, which I kind of like this, you might want to try this. If it's a little difficult for you to find open houses and you've actually found one, I would say do it as long as you can. I mean, I've seen agents do it from like 11 to 5. So that's like a 6-hour, open house, which is awesome. You can get a lot of traffic coming through. And I've even heard of agents, some of my students were saying they split it. So 2 agents will, partner up and do 3 hours and 3 hours on both days. I would also say that once you find, a really beautiful vacant house that the agent's going to let you host, ask them if you can secure that, spot to host as often as you can until it sells. I did that, for, I don't know, maybe 6 weekends in a row until it sold. So those are some tips for you guys to do. But okay, let's go with the recap. I had 10 families come through. Out of those 10 families, 4 of them had agents with them. Out of the remaining 6, there were 3 buyer leads. There was 1 investor and 2 neighbors. And I'm going to have a full podcast episode on the quote unquote nosy neighbors that everybody hears about. It's going to be a really good one. This one, a lot of people here, and this is, anyways, we'll go into that on another one. Look for that episode coming up. And at this open house, I had a loan officer who was also an agent, newly licensed as an agent and as a loan officer. And like I tell you, it's best to have loan officers with you, have somebody with you. Try not to do them alone. So he sat with me because he wanted to get some training in. And this is a funny story because he actually was a car salesman. And if you guys haven't heard already, that a lot of people like to relate us to car salesmen, which, nothing against car salesmen, but I think that they get a bad rap and we get a bad rap because of the way we've been trained to look at sales, to conduct our sales. And that is why, you guys, that's why I am challenging the industry standards. That's why I want you guys to listen in as I show you how you can do business without being salesy and without even calling yourself a salesman. That's another thing that my realtor colleagues come at me for, because I do not call myself a salesperson. And I'll get into that in further episodes, but today we're just doing the recap. And but the reason I was talking about the loan officer that was with me is that because he was a loan officer and in sales, I thought, he knows his stuff and he's probably pretty confident. And it turns out that he was still very, very, insecure, or kind of just doubting his abilities, because it's a different field. It wasn't safe for me to assume that he would, be confident out of the gate because he was a salesperson before. And that's why I really, truly think that what I teach and listening to this podcast and, not assuming. So I do the things too that I'm working on alongside with you guys. I coach myself through these things as I experience them. But it, in that moment, we had downtime, right? So in between those people coming in, not everybody came in at the same time. We had some downtime. And in your downtime, what I always teach you guys to do is, not to just sit there, get something done. So you're going to either film some content around what's interesting and cool about the house, or, just something cool, something different, something unique. But in our downtime, I asked him if he wanted to role play some of the scripts that I teach. And so we role played, and we did the nosy neighbor role play. And no sooner than we stopped doing that role play, a neighbor walked in, and he was able to see me do the, exact scenario that we just practiced role playing on. So it was pretty cool. The way I teach you guys is that eventually there's a script, right? But eventually, when you practice it so much, it doesn't sound like a script. It does not sound salesy, and you will start to get so confident. And he was like, wow, that was really good. He's like, he couldn't believe how conversational it was. And it was like, at that moment, it changed, my perspective that, okay, wow, I shouldn't assume that he was just gonna, know what to do, just because he was in sales. So it was a really good learning experience. And I think it was good for him. It was good for me. And I hope that this helps. I hope that listening to these little open house quick recaps helps you. Let me know. And I will see you guys next time. Have a fabulous week. Book those open houses and come back with an open mind. For those of you who want to take this work deeper and master the art of hosting open houses in order to attract buyers and sellers, then you're going to want to join me inside Open House Mastery. This is a self-paced online course with a live component that will take you through every step you need, from finding open houses to host, to what to say when visitors come in, to converting leads to clients. Together, we're going to get clear on how to confidently land clients, not just leads. On top of all that, when you join Open House Mastery, you get access to my bonus follow-up system, plus my fun buyer manifesting exercise, where I teach you how to coach your buyer clients on manifesting their dream home. Also, you get to join my student-only community, where you get coaching from me once a month, where we master the non-salesy script together. So if you're ready to build a strong foundation in your real estate career and make more money this year, then join Open House Mastery. Link is in the show notes, but get in quick. You won't want to miss this month's live coaching. See you there.